mentioned earlier promo box.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure to ask you about that. Tell us about that.
Promo box is a great solution. The goal with promo box is again hitting that very simple need. The retailer wants to be able to tap into these social channels. The problem is having the time to do that. What Promo Box enables you to do is it enables you to take a thematic calendar, plan out your social planning. So if you want to make a post, if you want to put content out there, you can plan that out weeks and months in advance. And Shaw provides you tons of content and imagery to be able to do that with. So you can utilize the content library to be able to push out these channels or this content to your channel. And the important part is like I mentioned before, we're making it easy enough for them to be able to do it themselves and to be able to speak to their local market so that when that consumer comes to their Facebook page or their Pinterest page, they see that they're active, they see that they're making changes and they're really impacting their decision and getting inspired by what they do.
And that doesn't preclude them from doing their own blog or putting their
own...
Oh,
absolutely. It's all about them. So all it does is it makes it easy for them and it makes it simple. It lets them plan it out, and it takes away all of that heavy lifting that they would have had to do manually.
Well, it's difficult, it would seem to me, for a retailer that has lots of moving parts in their business to also be effective at generating that kind of content.
It is, and a lot of times when we counsel a retailer, you don't recommend them opening up every channel that's available to them. It's impossible for them to manage all that. But to better analyze who their local consumer is and what channel speaks better to their category and who they're trying to reach.
And that's a trial and error process?
It is, but not a lot of error now because we really have so much expertise at this point. We really know what resonates with our consumers. So we try to be their partner in every aspect. And the good part about it, take for example, Share It Forward. When we launched Share It Forward, it's our ratings and review solution. Some of the very first comments you have are, we're exposing a way for a consumer to say negative and positive things. But the truth about that is the consumer today is going to voice it regardless. Whether you provide a platform for them to do it, they will find a way to share their opinion because that is the nature of the consumer today. They like sharing. And they love to share tenfold a good project, more so than a negative project. And it's really, that balances it out. You're going to have mistakes that everyone makes. How you respond to that mistake and how you make it right. You can bring an unhappy customer to a happy customer, and that speaks tenfold strength for who you are as a retailer. And it makes the consumer want to shop with you even more. And it's very genuine, and it's very transparent, and it's what the consumer expects today.
It keeps you honest these days, doesn't
it? It does, and it's an expectation that's there, so we're trying to help our retailers meet it.
Do you find that retailers go out and solicit reviews, testimonials, more so now than they've always done?
I think they're not shy to say, if you don't mind, how do you feel about your purchase here today or your partnership with me? If you don't mind, go here and share your opinion. You can go on any of our retailers' websites and post your own comment. So the great part is the consumer now knows that just like Amazon and every other place that they shop online, they can review that product and that service. Now the flooring industry, they can do that too. And it helps them feel good about making that purchase and to feel good about the quality they're going to receive.
And I guess if something does go wrong and you solve it to that consumer satisfaction, solicit a positive review on that, that would be worth its weight in gold, I suppose.
It is worth its weight in gold because it really speaks to who you are, and that, from a local standpoint, is very valuable. It's very valuable.
Ask you about priorities in terms of retailer digital marketing. I find that a lot of people seem to be dabbling in Facebook and Twitter and House and some of the other things, but maybe don't keep their website as up to date as they maybe should. Would the top flight priority be the website #1? Make sure that everything is clicking along there before you really find yourself in other areas?
I think they're all important to stay up to date. So if you're gonna tap into that medium, website especially, House, Pinterest, any of those areas, if you're gonna have a presence there, it needs to be up to date. I wouldn't prioritize one over the other because every consumer is different. The path to their purchase might be somewhat different than another. But wherever they find you and wherever you decide to reside needs to stay up to date. So partner with someone that can help you do that.
Okay. But as you said earlier, you have those 3 seconds that, moment of truth.
Right.
And if your website doesn't deliver that, maybe everything else is academic.
Right. Very true. And if you have someone that's shopping for flooring and you don't have a website at all,
You're out of business.
You're out. Yeah. Well, what are they going to find out about you?
Yeah.
If you do have a website, but it's very limited in what it can do as far as content and inspiration, they're going to go to the next guy that does.
Yeah, you're right. I talked with a retailer the other day, very recently, who used to do a lot of radio, TV, newspaper advertising, now does none, and does his total budget is now directed online. I don't know that that's a great idea for everybody, but it seems to work for him and his sales are up.
Well, that's great, especially if he's had good results. A lot of times we'll help them look at their local market and make sure what channels are best for them. You might still have some consumers who look at traditional advertising, and you probably don't want to go dark in any one area, but if he sees results, definitely anything worth doing is worth measuring. So if he's tapping into any one medium, he needs to understand what his traffic was, how he got there, so that he can continue to tweak it and make it work stronger for him.
That's interesting. And he's a guy's my age too, so that makes it even more.
But that doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't surprise me at all because I really don't think that as easy as technology is today and as much as it's resonated with all of our lives, I don't think there's any one age group that is any more or less likely to dive into it. My mother does all of her shopping on her iPad now and texts me while I'm at work, and it's the cutest thing, but it is so easy for her. She loves it. And it's because we tapped into a need, and it was a need that was very important. And as long as we keep that altruistic vision, I think we'll continue to help the retailer succeed.
Digital marketing is obviously here to stay. It's becoming, as you had mentioned, more important every hour, just about. There's new things, and as the millennials get older, they're joined at the hip with this, where many of the older people use it, but maybe not to the same extent. Talk about your vision of the future, some of the things that you see maybe developing in the next years, and where you see Shaw going in terms of its digital marketing and its efforts in that area.
The sky's the limit. It would be hard to narrow down all the things that we want to do. But I would say some of the most important things that are coming is not just the sharing aspect, but the ability to be able to visualize and to be able to see any one product in your world and to understand how it really is going to impact you. So if you choose a certain flooring, or if you're looking at a faucet, whatever you're looking at, you want to see that personalized more than ever. And, you know, we're way away from one size fits all. We're in a world of one size fits one. And, you know, where you can customize your tennis shoe where no one else has a tennis shoe like yours. And I would say anything that we can do, utilizing technology to get the consumer feeling like their experience with us or with that retailer was really a one-on-one. Their experience with us was unique and not to be duplicated, would be the place we'd want to go. Because somehow you might think that through technology we've gotten a little impersonal. I feel like it's the opposite. We've gotten very personal. We care about what everybody else thinks. We hear and see what everyone else thinks, and we hear and see what they're doing in their home and how they used a product in their home, and then we can in turn visualize it in our home. So I think more that we can do to take video, imagery, and share it and help the consumer get to that place is going to resonate. The very reason House has been able to do what it's been able to do, people can visualize things that they might not have been able to do before. And I think that technology will continue to take us there. I think we just need to make sure that we keep doing it in a very simple way so that it's not overwhelming and you can embed it in your everyday.
I hear you. Well, as I mentioned on the front end, you've got a very interesting job and a lot to juggle, and it's been very exciting talking with you. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We've been talking with Misty Hodge. She is Director of Digital Marketing Platforms at Shaw Industries, and this is Talk Floor TV.